Hello, my friends. This is Chris, so I bring you another edition of the Car Concierge Show, the show that helps you with the buying, selling, maintaining, and repairing of all of your vehicles. This is the Weekend Review. On this episode, we're going to talk about another episode or another event where a person is having problems or talking about what they don't like about their EV vehicle. And then we're going to get into some major sports, talk about the Olympics a little bit, and then talk about an awesome UFC event that happened last night in Manchester, England. First up, let's check out a young man who has a Mazda EV, and it's a Mazda MGZ, one of the latest electrical vehicles out by Mazda. They're fairly nice. I've only had involvement with one that was brought into my shop for some repairs. Seemed like a nice car, didn't get to drive it very much, but let's see what this young man says about his MGZS and his experience with it and go from there.
Yo, what's up? I'm now sitting in the MGZS EV, yes, and in this video I will talk about the 10 things I hate about this car. Yeah, and why do I make a video like this? Well, primarily because you guys love to hate, yeah. And I could probably make a video about 20 things I love about this car, but nobody is gonna watch it. So this video is made in the end of April 2020. So by the time you guys watch it, MG might already have solved some of these problems. And also this is a Thai version of the car which has app support. So the European version, as of today, doesn't have app support yet. So, all right, let's just get started then. The first thing I don't like is that every time I open the app and I want to pre-cool the car, it will many times be stuck with the previous status. So it thinks that I'm still running the air conditioning. So it tries to turn off air conditioning. It might actually do that several times before you get it right, and then it turns on air conditioning. And also very annoying is that it takes forever to run the command. So I have to keep waiting, and then, it's gonna turn off. Okay, problem number 2. If you want to pre-cool the car from the app and you are plugged in, then it doesn't work. You have to be unplugged. Even if you're not charging, it doesn't work. So you have to be unplugged, then you can start it, and then you can actually, there's a workaround there, a small workaround. You can unplug, start it, start air conditioning, and then plug it in right in again. But then the air conditioning will only run for 10 minutes before it shuts down. It's a very clumsy system, so it doesn't really work unless it's emergency or something. Well, okay. Third problem is that when you are charging an AC, the doors need to be locked before charging can start. It doesn't apply for DC, only AC charging. Yeah, and that means that if you want to sit in the car while AC charging, you have to get in the car first and then lock the doors and then wait for it to start. And then you can power on the car, and then you can have air conditioning running. So if you do it in the wrong procedure, go inside the car, start it first and then lock it, it doesn't work. Very clumsy system, yes. Okay, fourth problem is that when you are charging and you check the state of charge in the app, you see a percentage and you think, oh, okay, nice, yes. But it's lagged. So many times you have to go back and forth between them tabs, and you have to try to refresh it several times before it updates. So it's very annoying. Sometimes I want to know how many percent I have, and it takes a long time before I get the answer, basically. Okay, fifth problem is that every time you start the car, the music will always start. Whether it was a radio or some USB stick or whatever, it will always start. It doesn't remember the previous setting that you had. So that is like, And then, okay, the next problem then, problem number 6 is that if you are in reverse and you want to mute the music, it doesn't work. Yeah, it's probably some safety features. It has something to do with the beeping from the backup system, but still, it's very annoying that you can't mute the music. So you have to be in neutral or drive in order to mute it. And then the problem number 7 that I really hate is that they had this system where it detects that you forget your key in the car, right? Which is good, so you don't lock yourself out of the car. But the problem is that it's a little bit too aggressive. So if we stop at, for example, if wife and I, we stop at 7-Eleven, and then one of us leaves the car a little bit too fast, then it will think that, oh, you left the car, and then it will just honk at you. Very annoying, man. It's very uncomfortable to do that, and you can't switch off that feature. Okay, problem number 8. When you start the car, there is a little bit of stuff going on in the instrument cluster briefly, and then you have to press OK. And then it cycles through a whole bunch of other messages about safety features being enabled and all that. And you can't skip that, and you can't speed it up, and you can't switch off all those messages. So it takes a very long time before you get the speedometer or the trip meter or whatever you want to see. Yeah. All right. Annoying thing number 9. When you're using adaptive cruise control, it simply doesn't regen. All the other EVs I tried, they will use regen when the car needs to slow down. This one will use the friction brakes, which will waste energy, which is nicht good. Okay, the 10th thing I don't like about the MG is that when I use MG Pilot, it will ding and bong and pling all the time. Every time you don't touch the steering wheel, or if it loses a line, or if it's too close to the line, it will bing and bling, and you can't switch off those chimes. So that is very annoying, man. So these were the 10 things I didn't like about the car. But again, let me repeat, I love this car. Yes, there are, like I mentioned, there are probably 20 things I love about this car. But I wanted to point out the things I don't like about it, and then hopefully MG can fix this. So that's going to be it. By the way, before I end, no car is perfect. So I want to ask you guys, what problems do you have with your EV? Yes, but I don't care about fossil cars. Yeah, what problems or what annoying issues do you have with your EV, or annoying features rather? Yes, yeah, with your car. I want to listen. Yes, okay. Anyway, that's going to be it for now. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. As always, thank you for watching, and talk to you later.
All right, my friends. Once again, we keep doing these videos, and we're going to continue to do them because we want you guys to be aware of the little problems that these vehicles have, specifically because they do have a desire to have the majority of people driving EV vehicles fairly soon in the next couple of years. So we'll concentrate on spending time doing reviews of people reviewing what they like and what they hate about their EV vehicles. And the common trait that we keep finding is that the problems that people are having are software problems. They're things that standardly should be and could be fixed by software updates to the vehicle. Nothing mechanical, nothing that directly affects the drivability of the vehicle. Nothing like that. It's just all pretentious stuff. System not working fast enough, lights flashing, beeping of horns to communicate certain things to you. These are all just trivial is what I would want to say. They're trivial things, but of course it's your vehicle. It's what you like and it's what you desire. So they're not trivial on him. They are the things that he doesn't like about his vehicle. But definitely a lot of things that can be fixed with a nice software update. Definitely going to be things that they're going to take care of in the future. But that's what it is. These vehicles are coming out so fast. They don't have the standard amount of research and development that most vehicles would get. They don't review the vehicles over a long period of time to see, what's going to happen to it down the course of 10,000, 15,000 miles. And they don't get, customer feedback on what customers like and what customers don't like before they put the vehicle out. They just put the vehicle out, and if you like it, you do, and if you don't like it, you don't. So it's just one of those situations, but we're just going to continue to periodically review people reviewing their EV vehicles, so you guys have an understanding of what's going on with these vehicles, if it's something that you want to get into, and if you just want to stay with a combustion engine. All right, so let's keep moving. So what we're going to do now is we're going to just jump into some sports. It's a big sports week with the Olympics and fantastic UFC event last night. So my big take from this weekend was, of course, the Olympics started. And the Olympics are always a big thing. It's out in Paris this year. I would have loved to have went there, but I don't have no time right now. But one cat that did make it out there was Snoop Doggy Dogg. And Snoop Dogg, one of my favorite artists. Grew up with Snoop. Just one of the best all-around artists out there. One of the best all-around people. And he got an opportunity, a beautiful opportunity. And it's beautiful opportunities like these that people get when they're good, righteous people. And it seems like Snoop tries his best to be that. But he got an opportunity to be, to carry the Olympic torch. So let's check that out real quick.
All right, and we have some major Olympic updates this morning. Let's go to the video. This video is actually video we're seeing for the first time because it literally just came into the newsroom.
Oh, cool.
This is going into the Olympic Village right now. The torch is being
like a
carried,
big
and you
old
see it
gold blunt,
by none
though.
other than
I wonder if they
Snoop
made
Dogg
that
from the
for special for
LBC
him, but no,
all the
I guess
way to
everybody's
Paris
doing
here at the
LBC.
Olympics. Who would have predicted that? He's such
So
a great
many
ambassador. I know so many jokes there with the torch and everything else, but
Yeah.
that's for tonight. But
Light it up,
so,
Snoop.
so proud of Snoop there. He's been such a great fan and sort of cheerleader for Team USA and us here at NBC. It's been so great. There are so many stars all over the Village and all over Paris right now that are in town for the opening ceremony.
Yeah.
It's such a magical time in a magical city.
There was a gathering last night, and Snoop was there, and like Steven Spielberg, Charlize Theron, the line for Snoop, like for everyone to come up, including the celebs, all wanted a
And
little
he's so
time.
tall, so
and
everyone just goes.
Yeah, it was really sweet,
Yeah.
really sweet.
Yeah,
All
when
right.
he's carrying that torch.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
There you
All right.
go.
Thank you, Tom.
Once again, just it's just fantastic that Snoop is getting these opportunities, that he's being a great ambassador for the world. To me, Snoop feels like one of the more righteous rappers or, characters out there at this point. And the fact that he got a chance to carry the Olympic torch is fantastic. It just shows that we're moving forward with a lot of things and positive things are happening. So I love that. I love that for Snoop. I love that for the Olympics, And, of course, we're going to give you some Olympic coverage, more in our weekend review. Probably not got a lot of automotive situations going on at the Olympics, so it's not going to be a big thing like that. But we'll try to touch in on the Olympics as much as we can, or start another channel. Who knows? All right, so last but not least, what a fantastic UFC 304 event was had last night in Manchester, England. All the main event fights were fantastic. One got cut short, and we're going to talk about that. But it was just a fantastic event of fights. So let's just go over it real quickly. And of course, they're horrible about letting a brother use their footage, so we're just going to be going through some photos. But if you want to watch the whole night, we will have that up in our review. So, awesome set of fights. First main event fight was Arnold Allen defeating Giga Chaka Daisy, which was an awesome fight. Arnold Allen was dominating the whole fight. A couple times he had him about to go out in that second round, but just kept on going. Chika Daisy stood up tough the whole fight, but Arnold Allen was successful in the win. So it was a nice fight. Now, the next fight between RoboCop Gregory Rodriguez against Christian Leroy Duncan, COD. It was a great fight. RoboCop is just a monster. RoboCop is one of the bigger, stronger UFC fighters out there. He pretty much dominated this fight. COD did throw a couple of really nice elbows. He did have RoboCop hurt for a hot second. But COD just dominated from beginning to end. He's just so strong, so powerful, just so much MMA experience. And you just had to see how lumped up COD's head was, just massive lumps, because RoboCop is just so strong, so powerful. All I could see is a title fight in RoboCop's future, and COD put up a great fight. So this is not the last we'll see of Christian Leroy Duncan. I expect him to come back from this fight and even stronger, but RoboCop just dominated. RoboCop is just a monster. So, next up, Patty Pimblett against Bobby King. Changed his name to King. Bobby King Green. His name is Bobby Green, but he calls himself King Green now. Awesome fight. It didn't last very long. King came in just too aggressively. Patty was Patty. And the crazy thing about this fight, Patty defeated him in the first round. Awesome fight. King couldn't get much off because Patty was all over him. And what ended up happening was that Patty had him in a nice triangle choke. And, of course, just moving it around, triangle choke. Had him out, put him out with the triangle choke. And in the midst of putting him out with the triangle choke, grabbed his arm and put him in an arm bar. So he defeated Bobby King Green with a triangle choke and an arm bar at the same time. Just dominated. Just showed his experience, showed his superiority, and just showed that he needs to be next up in line for a title bout. So we expect that to happen for Patty soon, and let's hope King Green can live up to his name in the future. All right, so co-main event between Curtis Blades and Tom Aspinall. I had real high hopes for this fight. I'm a big fan of Curtis Blades. He's just a powerful dude. He's just putting in that work. And in the beginning, that's what we saw. He was throwing the monsters that he always does. But Tom Aspinall got him. Tom Aspinall got him with a nice straight jab. Sent Curtis swailing back. And how Aspinall beat him was he jumped on his back and immediately and just started throwing and throwing. And it was one of those situations where the ref had to pretty much stop the fight because the immense amount of punches that Aspinall was throwing. And Curtis Blade, he wasn't defending real well. He wasn't blocking real well. He was getting tagged. Not tagged horribly. So, and once he wasn't getting tagged horribly, but he was getting massively punched. And the ref stopped the fight. Curtis Blades is horribly upset, still horribly upset to this moment, says he won the fight. He's all in the airways saying he won the fight, but Aspinall won. Got to go with what the judge says. It's just the way it is. I know that they're planning to run it back as soon as they can. I know that Curtis Blades is still upset about the outcome, but Aspinall won it fair and square. Caught him, reeled him, rode him, beat him. It is what it is. All right, so last but not least, the main event was awesome. And I personally thought Bilal Muhammad was going to win this fight from the beginning. I am a Leon Edwards fan, but I've seen Bilal Muhammad fight many times. He's been dominating over the last couple. And his style of fight was the kind of style of fight that would beat Leon Edwards. He's one of those guys that wants to punch, 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 jump. Punch, 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 jump. So he's always going for the takedown. He's always trying to go for the submission. And Leon is more of a stand-up fighter. Leon is more of a thrower. His wrestling is good. I want to say you take anything away from Leon. Leon has good wrestling skills, good grappling skills. But I always thought Bilal Muhammad was better, and he showed it on this night. Just all over Leon pretty much the whole fight, always on his back, always trying to submit him. Leon had some great moments, some great punches, and specifically at the end of round 5, I really thought Leon was going to pull it out because he turned over the submission or Bilal had him on his back. Leon was able to turn it, get some pummeling in there. He bled. He got Bilal nose bleeding really bad, so I thought that was the first real chance that Leon had of defeating him, but it was a little too late. So Bilal Muhammad came out on top. He is the new champion. Shout out to Bilal. I expect him to hold on to the belt for a long time because he has been dominating over his last couple of fights. And his style of fight is one of those fights one of those styles that you have to be encompassing with all styles to beat him. You cannot just be a person that's a stand-up fighter. You can't just be a person that grapples or a ground fighter. You have to be fully engraced with everything to beat Bilal. So I really expect Bilal to hold on to this belt for a long time. All right, my friends, that is it. It is a beautiful Sunday here in California, so we're going to go out here and enjoy it. Thanks for tuning in. Please like and subscribe, share with your friends, send me any DMs to let me know if there's anything I need to do or subjects that you'd like me to touch on. I am a black conservative, so I probably will be spending a decent amount of time speaking on politics, but we'll probably move that to another channel. But we got to get our word out there. We got to keep the world in the know as we feel. All right, my friends, I'm out. This is your boy, Chris Surratt. Peace.